ended last session.
All right, hey, we're live, and welcome back to the shipyard. How would you like a trip to Bajor?
All expenses paid?
I feel like I don't really have a choice.
It's Q, so I think it's all expenses paid. Costs, normally you'd love a trip to Bajor. However, this Cardassian skin of yours,
it's not the best It's not the best look. I'll put it that way.
When did you get a Cardassian skin?
Q shenanigans.
Do you have to pay
to my inability to be penitent over my first action as part of the resistance?
Oh, you mean murder?
I mean fighting back against the Cardassian occupation. Q decided to turn me into a Cardassian for a time being to show me what it feels like.
Oh, come now. We've all had to murder somebody in our lives, haven't we?
See? Somebody knows what they're up to. Somebody knows where their towel is.
And Chief Zip is now face-palming. Because I feel like this is the conversation that's taking place in the railroad car that Q is operating on the way to Bajor. Because we have a human, a Vorta, and a Bajoran in a Cardassian skin on their way to Bajor. And if that doesn't sound like a good time, well, then you don't know fun, sir.
We're all in Cardassian skin?
No, just the Bajoran.
Okay. Only moi.
Okay.
I didn't get a chance to stop for very long when I was coming through the wormhole for the exchange program, so I never got a chance to stop on Bajor.
No. In fact, Yorin, you are still wearing the 20-gallon cowboy hat.
Yes, and my Dominion Muumuu.
Yes, and the Dominion Muumuu.
Well then,
I'm sure this will bring great dignity to the Dominion.
And actually, at this moment, Chief Zip's still on Risa, sitting in a hotel room, finishing up Pinocchio.
All right, so it's just us two in the on all aboard the Q train, essentially.
The end,
2/3 aboard.
Yeah, the end credits roll. You hear a rousing rendition of "When You Wish Upon a Star." And Chief Zip,
is he the gurgling or is he carving Pinocchio?
I'm watching it. You hear the gurgling of a straw in an empty glass. And...
Yep. And you notice that the glass isn't refilling.
Oh,
that's not cool.
Rip
I'd
glass.
be highly disappointed.
And in the moment you notice it's not refilling, and you kind of say, that's not cool, you hear the unmistakable sound of a Q flash, and you find yourself on board a train with these two lovely gentlemen.
And all of a sudden, it's 30 degrees Fahrenheit. Because that would be cool.
Whoa.
I thought you said Celsius for a minute there. I was going, no, that's the opposite of... Okay. But I get it now.
Get up. Q, where's he been off to?
What the... this isn't the ship.
No.
No, but it's rather
comfy
here.
Right.
I don't know what you're...
I'm sorry, Zip, it's me, Koss Devon. I'm the security officer.
Holy what?
Seems Hugh has some interesting ideas of fun.
What? You couldn't tell it was
leer at him.
Well,
he looks practically the same.
I leer at you in turn.
What are you wearing? And what are you wearing? What?
Something I got from Q.
I miss my drink.
Not like it. You're jealous of the hat, aren't you? I'm sure I will put in a good word for you with Q and see if I can get you a hat as well.
Q, goodness, when are we going to actually arrive?
we're arriving. Yes, when we're going to the ship, right? We're going. I don't understand this.
Just a couple more minutes, guys.
I missed something. Obviously, what in the world?
Zip seems very distraught. Perhaps a hat would make him feel better.
Do you have one on hand?
I'm fresh out of hats.
Good.
Zip, how about a earring? I think you'd look great in an earring.
It is local fashion, after all. He was going to be taking us to Bajor. One more part of his long practical joke.
Great.
What an odd phrase.
And you're a Cardassian
Practical.
for what reason?
Did I not explain that on air?
Oh, did you?
Well,
you haven't explained it to Zip.
Yeah,
Right.
I literally just arrived 5 seconds ago. I'm just like, we've got Mumu Yorin and a Cardassian Bajoran, and my brain is fried. Now.
Surprise!
My buzz is gone, and I'm not happy.
Q's taken an interest in me and my role in the overthrow of the Cardassian occupation, and isn't impressed with my view on his ideas. He thinks this will teach me something.
At this point, Q walks into the train and says, let's just say that if Mr. Koss here was in his natural skin, certain people that you need to talk with would not wish to talk with him.
What do you mean by that?
Oh, you'll find out.
You're telling me I can gather more sympathy looking like this?
I never said sympathy.
You talk in riddles, Q.
Always.
Not sure it really counts as a riddle. I'm pretty sure he's just going to have you talk to some Cardassians on Bajor.
Oh, joy.
Yorn is, of course, perfectly logical in
not.
all things because he's totally not a Vulcan.
Totally not a Vulcan. We've had enough Vulcan for this episode. Don't worry.
All right. Well, we're here. Get out.
Get out.
Stand up. Look around for a bag of anything that I might have left behind.
Look, you don't have to go home, but you can't stay here.
I step out of the train car.
I just sit in the seat
What a
with my arms
pleasant
crossed.
I walk over to the door. There's no sense fighting him. You know he can just push you out himself.
Yeah, but that means he's got to do stuff. That's fine with me.
Q? I ask imploringly. I shrug as well and hop off.
I'm just sitting in the seat with my arms crossed.
For Zip to accompany us.
All right. Well, he snaps his fingers, the train car disappears, and Zip, you fall a couple of feet and land on your butt on the dirt.
Mild chuckles.
Stand up, pat myself off.
You really won that one, didn't you?
Yoren takes in a deep breath and engages his surroundings to see what he can see.
You find yourself kind of in the middle of nowhere in Bajor. You're you kind of see
dirt,
lots of dirt.
It looks like one of those episodes of Star Trek that they filmed in a desert somewhere, like boulders and stuff.
Like outside of Los Angeles, yeah.
Yeah.
Any flora, fauna?
Yeah. There's some flora. Not
Some
much fauna.
Shrubbery.
Actually, no fauna.
tumbleweed rolling on by?
2 big ones.
All right.
They're on intersecting courses.
So this is Bajor. I see my hat will be appropriate here.
Welcome home. I try and look around and get my bearings. See if I can recognize the area.
Sure.
We'll look down at your feet and find 2 small metal balls.
Sure. Kosh, you can make a an insight. That's good. I like that. We'll have you make an insight security roll.
All right.
And I'll have it be difficulty 1.
Fair enough. I don't think I need to spend any of our non-existent momentum on this.
I mean, I'd love threat, but
hard pass. Survey says 3 and 13.
Oh, jeez.
Rolling against 15 for insight and security.
Yeah. So enjoy a new momentum.
Oop.
You actually recognize this area as somewhere very close to where your old resistance cell used to operate.
Right.
Not the immediate area, but
did we operate within an urban center or in like an outpost kind of thing? I'm trying to understand the visual.
You had a couple of outposts, right? It was never safe to really operate in urban centers. That's where a lot of Cardassians were. You carried out missions in urban centers, of course.
All right.
But you did a lot of hiding, like your actual living places were in caves, in kind of anywhere you could find any amount of shelter.
I dig it. Okay.
So this is within. You recognize this area as within a couple of miles of one of your bases.
I recognize this plateau, actually. You can tell by the slope of the land here. This is right nearby one of our old foxholes, back when we were fighting the Cardassians here. I wonder if that's why Q brought us here.
Well, given the current state of affairs, maybe that's the last place we should go at the moment.
Following along with Q doesn't sit right with me either. But I don't really see much to be done. We're in the middle of nowhere, and it is along the way to civilization. I don't see us getting off planet without a ship. Even then, Q would probably just bring us back.
Yeah, not to mention we're, a decade out of time? More? Okay.
I don't know if we're still in the...
Oh, this isn't during occupation time?
Frankly,
you actually have no idea at this point.
What Q's doing with time. We don't even know when we are, let alone where specifically, but...
Yeah, to be clear, Q gave you no indication of when you were going, just that you were going to Bajor.
Right.
Okay.
Thinking of it, though, I am worried about my current appearance.
Right. We need to... I mean, even if we're in the present, it's not going to go well.
It's still not kosher for me to just be walking around.
Right. We need to...
Looking at Zip and Yor, and I try to see if there's enough extra accoutrements on them to fashion a sort of...
I have enough cloth on me to fashion outfits for all 3 of us. I mean, let's be real here.
Are you wearing your uniform under that?
Yes, he is.
Okay, then we can use that.
I pull open my collar and look down. I'm like, okay, yeah.
Think we could make that work, Yaron?
I did receive this from Q, but I suppose the hat is enough. I'm willing to share.
He gave it. If he wanted us to use it, he actually gave it to us. So I guess we can use it however we want.
It seems like it would be hard to travel long distances in this anyway.
I guess I'll have to just put up with it for now. I throw on his ensemble over my standard issue uniform. A little bit leery of how loose and garish it is.
You can tie it up a little bit.
Mm-hmm. As long as you keep your face covered in your hands, we'll see how far we can get.
I definitely make as much effort as possible to cover any and all sections of skin showing.
Yeah. I should be okay. Urine.
Yes.
Well, it depends when we are, but we'll see what happens.
I think the hat.
Maybe we're in the far future where the Vorta live here now. It's a possibility.
It's a non-zero probability. I'll give you that.
I suppose there's nothing left to do but walk.
Yeah.
Lead the way. This is your moral quandary.
I need you.
Go for it.
I need you all to make. I need you to make fitness. Fitness rolls with. I think it's going to be command. Fitness command. Well, okay.
Difficulty.
Hold on here. Hold on. One of you is making fitness command. One of you is making fitness security, and one of you is making fitness science.
Oh, please let me do the science.
You three figure it out. They're all difficulty 2 rolls.
All right. I'll go on.
So my security's 4. Is yours 5?
Yes.
And what's your fitness?
9.
You beat me. Okay. Yeah, you get
my
that.
command is 4. Everyone's rolling against fitness.
Oh, then you take command. Security is 4 for me. That would be better. My command's only 2.
That's what I'm saying. So we should definitely do it that way.
Yeah, so I'll do
and
fitness.
it makes more sense since I'm supposed to be the one with the knowledge of where to go.
So I've got a 13. What do you two have?
I've got a 13 as well.
I have a 12.
All right.
I'll add a threat to get an extra roll.
Okay.
We have a momentum you could spend.
Yes, but you two also need it. So one of you can do it. I'll take the threat because I'm a very thready-like character.
Fair enough. Do you think we want to spend 3 threat to get both of us one and have
how much momentum do we have?
1.
We have 1 momentum, which is enough to spend for 1 momentum spent, 1 threat taken.
So one of us
a pass actually.
Yes. So if we did this, one of us could spend momentum and the other one could spend threat, or would the other one have to spend 2 threat?
No, each roll is individual.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Each player making a roll is individual.
Okay.
Well, then maybe we should do them sequentially.
I managed 2 successes, somehow, just barely. A 19, a 1, and a 15.
Very nice.
Okay.
The 1, what does that give you?
That gives me 2 successes.
Yeah.
So
the other 2 were failures.
Oh, right, because you were rolling against 13.
But not complications.
That's important.
Correct. Okay. I'll definitely have to spend a threat then, Dave, if you would mark yourself up.
Thank you.
Or not, it's fine. You don't have to mark it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, baby. We got 4/20/20.
Oh.
Extra weedy, just for the kiddies.
Ooh.
Wow.
So one success.
I have 2 complications to work with.
I haven't even rolled yet, so
and I don't even pass my check, Dave.
Yeah. I'll spin my momentum then.
Where did you get momentum from?
Oh, did you spin the momentum?
No, he spent the he spent threat.
He spent a threat.
So
I
you're
spent the
spending
right. So you do spend the momentum. Sorry.
Yeah,
you're
I
right.
get spend momentum. Okay.
You're weighed down both literally
trying
and
to be-
figuratively by your
trying
sins
to be
as Q
12.
attaches a lodestone to your foot.
Right.
Not 2-9. Oh, 2-9-2. That's a momentum back. 3 successes.
Okay.
Does not
Did you
make
spend
up
the
for the
momentum, or did you just get
420.
a threat?
No, but we got our momentum back. So
So you spent momentum.
Craig, this is what I'm going to say. Because you are familiar with the area, you have a focus in the area. So that gives you
That gives me the 2 successes I need because the 4 is within 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so counts as 2 successes. But I still have the double complication to use.
Yeah. So
okay,
I was going to
being in a Cardassian skin was not complicated enough.
Well,
right. That'll come in later, I'm sure.
Oh yeah, but I am going to give you, while you're doing like things around this area, essentially you have Bajoran topography, Bajoran, not all of the planet, but especially this area because it was your hideout.
I've got loose knowledge of Bajoran, depending upon the context.
Yeah, so you're not going to get it on everything, but you're going to get it probably more often than not.
Again, depending on context.
So all of you succeed. Craig's just really, really complicated matters here.
Right.
So Craig, you took the command role, correct?
Correct.
All right. So here's what's going to happen. You all set off and you start walking.
I keep us on the right direction.
Just for my own head, can we describe the outfit I'm wearing?
Yeah, so you have a Starfleet uniform on.
Yes.
And you have this garish purple muumuu.
Right.
Over the top of it.
Wrapped around you like a turban and a shawl.
Yeah. So it's over your head. It is it's not keeping you cooler because actually part of the Cardassian skin is that you love the heat.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, like 30 degrees Celsius is room temperature for Cardassian.
Jeez. I suppose I'm shivering here on Bajor.
So, but it is covering your head.
Right.
So it's there. It's covering the back of your neck. Not so much your face because you do need to see. And it does kind of flow behind you, so it kind of wraps around, and your hands are somewhat covered. Basically, you could put your hands behind your back, and your hands would be covered.
And his uniform isn't visible, right? I mean, his uniform's completely covered, except maybe the boots and pants or something. But
yeah, okay. So the uniform would be covered at least waist up.
Okay, I'm just thinking no one can see he's a Starfleet officer.
It's not immediately apparent.
So I'm thinking,
I mean, I'm a Starfleet officer.
Yeah, which
you know.
Right. If they don't know what a Vort is, you're fine.
It's just weird to see like an officer with clothes on top of it.
Yeah. You traded one issue for another.
I'm thinking that you might lead the direction, but Yorn and I should take point and should stay behind in case anyone comes across us.
Agreed. I'm telling you guys where to go, but
you take the rear.
I'm trying to stand behind you.
Yeah, I'll take point. Because I know Vorta eyesight's not the best, but he can listen. He can hear the rocks tumble.
Do we have any momentum?
I sure can.
One.
How much does it cost to prepare yourself better?
2.
Okay, never mind. I was going to say maybe we should actually take a second to plan how we want to travel as a party.
Oh no, you can do that. You can take a moment to do that. That's perfectly fine.
Getting. I think he was asking if you wanted to like get stuff off the ship from back an episode ago, where that would actually cost us opportunity.
Oh, but yeah, Q's not going to have let you brought it with you.
Right. Okay. No, we're good.
So we have none of our normal equipment.
Do I still have my scanner?
You still have your tricorders.
Yeah.
Right.
And that's it.
Zip, you still have your hidden equipment.
Excellent.
Because Q doesn't know about that.
Not
ridiculous.
even
Q knows everything.
Q knows everything, but he also understands that it's Zip's security blanket.
Yeah.
Oh.
So, because of that, I'm going to reach into my boot and palm my phaser, and just keep it at the ready.
And that's why he took the security role, folks.
Yeah, man. Well,
okay. Now that is a Type 1 phaser.
It's just there's no way I could palm a Type 2.
No.
I used to be a security officer, so I like having it around.
Neat.
Remind me what's in the other boot.
Just a knife.
Okay.
So Type 1 and Type 2, we're talking like the difference between like a Derringer and a Desert Eagle?
More like a 22 and a 45, or 38 and a 50.
It's
30.
I was gonna think it was really cute with you holding on to this little tiny phaser.
Size wise, it is basically a Derringer. Yes, size wise, it's a Derringer versus.
But it's still effective.
In game terms, it's 1d6 difference of damage.
Yeah,
which is significant, but not.
Yeah. It has a kill setting. It doesn't have the battery.
When all weapons do 1 or 2 d6.
Yeah, or effects. So
effects are where the real stuff comes in. But,
it makes some difference.
It doesn't have the battery life. It doesn't have the barrel size. So it can kill someone. It does not have
the intimidation factor. That's it.
Yeah, it doesn't have the intimidation factor. It'll be a lot harder to like cut through a wall if not. Yeah, so
right. As long as you didn't say that you palm a Type 3 phaser, we're good here.
I just keep that and down my trousers, and that's trouser leg. Yeah.
Is that a Type 3 phaser? Or are you just happy to see me? Okay,
just along the desert.
Yes, Craig.
Thinking of my Bajor knowledge, I'm trying to think if there would be a disease that would be infectious or visible on your skin that would only be effective against Bajoran. Something similar to leprosy, but Bajoran specific. So as to kind of
you're gonna dress yourself like a leper.
Very, very close to dressing myself as a leper, but with these two as my aides.
A lavender leper.
I don't know, but sure, we can say that, and I'll even give you a determination for coming up with that.
Bajor pops.
I'm sure malnutrition was a thing during the occupation.
Not a lot of creativity to get malnutrition, you know.
Sorry, not determination. Momentum.
Cool.
Have a momentum.
Thank you.
That works for me.
I propose the idea of me masquerading as someone afflicted with Bajor pox in order to more easily infiltrate the whoever we come across.
If they got settled by invaders from a foreign planet, surely they have very little resistance to Cardassian afflictions.
Right? Which is why we don't want them like getting close enough to see that I am Cardassian.
You could say you have Cardi pox, and that's why you look like a Cardassian.
It's a horrible new sickness, Cardipox.
All right. At this point, there's a strong gust of wind, and it picks up Yoren's hat.
No!
It starts blowing it away.
That's where all his power is.
I don't suppose we get to know what the
it's very bright without the hat. Can I still follow the hat even with the sun glaring in my eyes?
Let's have you make you're going to have to make a fitness. Actually, hold on. Let's have you make a reason science roll to see if you can overcome the glare of the sunlight. The glare of the science. You're sciencing so brightly.
She's blinded me with science.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. It's going to be
this is obviously a relic of another culture, by even more so the Q culture. I am very determined to get my hat back.
Okay.
Got him.
What's my difficulty here?
Come on.
Are you going somewhere with this?
I'm just asking what my difficulty level is right now.
Oh, 2.
2? All right. Well, I spend my determination, so I get 2 successes and hold on a second. Let's see. Anything else in here that could help me? No. And I get 3 more successes from my roll of 2 dice.
Okay.
I got a 1 and a 4.
Okay.
And I've used my determination.
Okay. Don't you have a banked determination, don't you?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
I believe I have 2.
Okay. Well,
sometimes it's worth it.
Well, that was one of your complications, by the way.
This was his fault?
I'm not so sure that's where I want to go with it. This seems like a poor choice of fashion, leading to unnecessary problems.
Hey, I'm just saying he also made it better because he blinded me with science, reduced the difficulty by 1.
I love it. I love it.
I'm having fun tonight, okay? All right. So,
you did cost us resources with that. That's important.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, you're the one who wasn't fit enough.
You did trade determination for 3 momentum. I think most of the time, most people would make that trade.
That's pretty legit.
So,
my dice are on fire today.
They are. All right. So you guys have been walking for a little bit, and you start to see a cave structure.
Well, they do.
Well, okay. The people with good eyes start to see a cave structure.
This is where we would hide out. Back when people who looked like me, I sneer, still held the place.
Oh, really? Where? Yoren kind of shades his eyes, looking around, even though the hat's already shading him plenty.
I don't suppose you can see it well, but these caves aren't all natural.
I'm going to assume that there might be supplies in there, but there's probably going to be people in there.
I can't imagine Q bringing us to a time where it'd be deserted, so let's be ready to talk our way out of it, so to speak.
All right, I'm going to need all of you combined to make a insight security roll, and your collective difficulty is 5.
So 2 dice from each of us?
Yep.
For normally?
Yes.
But we do have 5 momentum.
Are we collectively adding dice, or are we individually adding dice?
You are collectively adding dice.
So 2 additional dice between us would still be 3 momentum?
Yes.
I think adding 1 is fine because I've got a 15 on that.
I've got a 14, a 12, sorry.
12. Costs your Bajoran does not.
Right. That's fine.
So 1 momentum, we're saying?
Yeah, toss it to me just because I've got the highest window for it.
Hey, can I use my survival focus on this?
Yes.
Screw what I just said. Toss it at the guy with the focus.
So the focus says what?
Very hard to see if focuses work without spoiling exactly what we're rolling for.
Yeah.
So now your security number is your crit range.
Okay, cool. So my crit's 4.
Yeah.
And I'm rolling for 12.
So
okay.
I'll just roll my regular dice then.
So I'm rolling 4 dice? Is that happening?
I have 1 success.
3 dice.
Okay, 3 dice. Okay. You have 1 success?
As we're walking in, I caution Zip. Anyone who's in here...
Oh, you're not walking in yet.
Oh, well, I can
walk towards it.
I can see where we're headed.
Yes.
Anyone in here is probably going to be someone important. So...
Okay. And then it turns out to be Crazy Hank.
Be careful with that. I know.
It's good to know. It's good to know. Okay,
Crazy
I rolled 2 15 2, so that's 4 successes.
My dice tell me 2 3. That is going to be 2 successes. Really sad I didn't get that focus.
We got 7 successes on 5 on a difficulty of 5.
Yay!
2 momentum back.
Okay. Would you like to ask any questions? Okay, so you have momentum. You can ask questions after things happen. All right. You, any of you, you can decide.
All of we.
See
Y'all.
See a woman start to approach you.
A what?
A Bajoran woman start to approach you.
Ooh, from where?
From the cave.
Is that all we see?
Yes.
Can we spend momentum to get me a better look at her?
Sure.
Height, weight, wearing.
Yeah. Do you recognize who? I'll just lean over to Cost. Do you recognize who that is?
I squint in closer.
Hue and address.
You see someone that looks an awful lot like the messenger for your old resistance, Val.
I was so waiting for the your mom joke.
As I'm peering in, I think I whispered to myself, "No, couldn't be."
Dirty blonde hair.
As I peer in
Couldn't be
closer,
who?
it kind of dawns on me, and I quietly gasp, thinking, "Impossible." I turn over to Zip. I think that's Saren, my old commander, back when we were still running the resistance.
Well, that would tell us what time we're in for sure.
What was her name?
Saren.
Saren?
Yeah. I don't know what she's doing here, but
Is that just the family name, or is that like 2 names, Saren, or?
that would just be her family name.
Okay, sorry. Okay, I'm just making sure.
I don't want to get too personal with her just yet.
No.
We think.
Okay. That was out of character. Just making sure.
Right. It's important to just check these things.
Saren-san.
Trying to see if she's like on lookout or simply walking somewhere. Like, what's she doing? Or just more specifically, can she see us?
Because
we haven't been making any attempt to conceal ourselves as we're moving towards the base, the outpost.
Yeah. She looks like she's walking towards you cautiously. She definitely has a phaser in her hand.
I make sure my phaser's set to a low stun. Just surreptitiously, while it's palm there. Koss, how should we approach her? I'd rather not get shot.
God, let me handle
what
this.
I've always wanted to meet another Bajoran.
Does Koss still sound like himself to us? He just looks differently? Okay.
That's good. Thank you, Dave. Hopefully that's
I'm
something.
cruel. I'm not unusually cruel.
Right? Yeah, you might be, but let's talk about Q for a second.
Unusual. He's not cruel. He's mischievous.
Yeah. Oh, is that it? Right.
Mr. Cheevious.
You say mischievous, I say inspired.
Well, I don't think her getting the drop on us would be a good idea, so I call out to her. Saren! Wait! Hail!
On the edge of your vision and you're yelling that far?
Did we say edge of our vision?
Well, we did just notice her.
Right. Well, I don't know if how the terrain is. I assumed that meant she just came into view.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah. I thought I was close enough to get reasonable amount of facial detail.
I was picturing us on a very large flat lands heading with clear view to the cave.
All right.
Oh, I thought we were actually moving into the cave structure.
You're starting to approach the essentially. Think of it this way: there's kind of a flat land. You're then reaching loose rock that goes up towards cave structure.
Okay, and
she's coming down
among this like rubble. She's patrolling a path towards us, phaser in hand, at the ready? Question.
Oh, because when you're in the resistance, you always have a phaser in hand.
I reiterate, at the ready? Question.
Yes.
That's very unsurreptitious. She must not be afraid of trying to hide it.
Definitely looks like she's on patrol, but
after you call out,
right,
she crouches behind a large rock.
I walk towards her, hands up.
I hold Yorin back while he's doing this.
What?
I don't know if I don't know if Yorin can even see what's going on, but I don't want us to approach and make it even worse.
Code.
I freeze in my tracks, quickly thinking back to to my days in the Resistance and what the passcode for this sort of patrol would be.
Quick, control command.
Brussels sprouts. It's always Brussels.
Control security roll.
Control security. All right. We're going to be rolling against 15 here. Difficulty 3, did you say?
4.
Difficulty 4.
To remember your old passwords from how long ago?
Spend all the momentum you want.
Man, I don't remember what my old computer passwords were when I was in high school.
I think he's gotten quite enough threat, so I'm just going to spend 2 momentum and hope that my focus can get me through.
Isn't a break.
No, 3 momentum. I meant to get 2 dice with 3 momentum. There we go.
Okay, hold on. I am spending 3 threat to increase your complication range to 17.
Oh,
Dave, you're the worst.
Yay! This is fun.
Can I spend our last 2 momentum and 1 threat to go up to 5 dice?
You'd have to spend 3 threat.
That's what I'm saying.
No,
our last 2
you
momentum
can split it.
Threat.
Yeah, you can do 2 and 1. You have to spend
all
3 something. Yeah, so you have to spend 6 something, and we've got 5 momentum.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So could I do that?
So you want more dice to get more complications.
I'm rolling against 15 here.
I'm fine. That's not
was there a focus? You said a focus that could help?
I do have a focus. Essentially, knowledge Bajor, when it comes up with something that would be related to my my life and times on here.
I will give you that focus.
Oh, good. Okay.
Do we throw the dice?
Throw all
5
dice.
Are you getting the third?
Yeah.
Did we decide you're getting the 3rd dice?
Yeah. Are you buying that 3rd die?
I am.
Okay.
Yeah.
Done.
Because if he just gets a couple of crits, then we're good. Yeah.
5d20. Roll out. Roll out.
Autobots roll out.
You have a talent or something.
Okay. 8, 6, 8, 7, 2.
The hell, man.
You got 1 more.
Am I right?
Or I missed the first one.
8, 6, 8, 7, 2. That's 6
All
successes.
single digits.
Are you sure you're rolling D20?
I am. I'm quite happy with this.
What?
Wow.
You have
a story here, man.
Or something?
No one wants a cakewalk.
No, it's actually got a log here, so you can see the individual dice.
Nice. So that's
6, 7.
7 because you had 2 crits? Oh, you only had 1 crit?
I've only got 1. 2 is the only crit, because my security is 5, so 8, 6, 8, 7 are all just like right outside.
Man. That's
but
how
that's
you
still
roll
1 momentum back, which is nice. And I managed to recollect that the password is, in fact, Dave.
The Harakat clucks at midnight.
At the top of my lungs, I shout, "The Harakat clucks at midnight."
I instantly roll my eyes because I swear every military installation in every race uses the same damn password.
And if they're a military organization, they probably change these passwords monthly.
Try weekly.
I just love to imagine how many different combinations of like the X blanks at midnight you could do with the Star Trek universe.
Oh yeah.
You got lucky.
In response to the purple cloaked figure shouting her passcode and calling out her name, approaching.
Identify yourself.
Soldier Koss Devon. I don't know what their sorts of units would be broken into to refer to myself. I work under you.
That is a name I have not heard in some time.
Okay, I amend that to I've worked under you. Siren. It's good to see you again. You look like you're still in business. Is her phaser still readied?
She's holstered it at this point.
I nudge Zip. Is this his old girlfriend?
I have no idea. Let's pray it's not. We will all die.
Complicated humanoid relationships.
I've got 2 others behind the rock over there.
Approach.
Hello.
Oh, good lord! I try to reach out and grab Yorin before he jumps out. I probably fail, but
and nothing but my hat is ends up sticking over the boulder, but very obviously.
I shout back at you guys, don't cause a fuss.
Okay.
Come up. Last thing we want is to attract attention.
Okay.
I lead the way. Yeah, let's attract attention.
Before I stand up, I go ahead and tuck my phaser back in my boot and then stand up with my hands, not up, but sort of just up so she knows there's nothing in them. Just so she can see.
I approach while waving hello.
Siren, it's so crazy to see you here. What are you doing?
What do you think we're doing?
I'm not sure. The Cardassian occupation's over.
What do you mean over?
Over. We won. Bajor's free. You're still patrolling like you're scared of something.
The last what do you remember of our mission to Dataka province? That's the last time I saw you.
Thinking back, it occurs to me that was the mission. We lost Siren. It all comes flooding back in a moment of pain and anguish, saying, that's when we lost you.
What do you mean lost me?
How are you back? We saw you get taken.
I saw you get taken.
I take a step back and glance at Yorin and Zip.
I'm going to...
Hey, you're the one who's meddling in time here, not us.
I'm going to ask a probably stupid, silly sounding question, but what's the star date?
That's in character, by the way, Dave.
Yeah, it's in character, yeah.
With the Bajorans, no star dates? Federation standard star dates?
What's the date? I can probably translate from Bajoran dates.
Hold on. Getting there.
Just trying to figure out how far back we are, or if we're 3 years back, or current time, or 20 years back, or whatever. I don't know how.
I gotta get. I was not prepared for this question.
So much realism. Too much.
Hang on a second. There's lore to be had.
Yes.
Make up a number and retcon it later.
No.
Apparently, we're above such things.
Well, if it's between 4.1 and 4.7, that's during TNG era. I know that.
Well,
it starts with
I think this is actually going to be an alternate timeline where instead of the occupation ending, it actually continues on for a much longer period of time.
56790.98.
Wait, that's after Voyager. Out of character, I'm just thinking that's after Voyager.
That ought to be correct.
We're just pretending it's not.
In GM talk, not in.
I'm just trying
her character. That's October of 2379, which lines up with the Q adventures, lines up with real time to you guys.
Okay, that's what I was trying. I was trying to figure out what Hiram knew of the date because I was trying
that's good information. Thank you.
Yeah, in character, I was like, now it makes sense.
Any number, and all you had to do was say that, and we would have gotten it.
Yeah, I know, but I like consistent star dates.
Good luck. Star Trek doesn't do that. But
I know, right?
They do it.
I didn't do that.
I'm trying to.
I take it back. With TNG, they got the first 2 digits right. They were very consistent with the first 2 digits.
Yes.
There's always
this
the
is
century.
why you can never be happy with Attack Wing, David. You're too much of a stickler for being consistent.
Proud of you, Dave.
Yeah. No, it was good. Yeah. So, okay. I got back in the character. Okay, so I hear that and I go, okay, wait, it's today. It's sorry, but how long have you been out here?
I look back at Saren.
15 years? 20 years?
If I recall my history, the occupation ended long before that. Long during that time.
Prophets, you're telling me that we still haven't beaten them? That's incredible.
Them changes.
What's going on? What do you mean?
The Cardassians aren't in control?
Ducat's gone.
Well, that's good.
It's not like the...
What about the Federation?
It's not like...
Have they been here?
Come and gone.
Did they ever manage to free Bajor in the first place, or has it been constantly under the Cardassians?
The Cardassians came. They left. Most of them. Some stayed. They weren't bad.
Wait, did she say the Federation has come and gone?
Well, I mean, they're not overlords at this point. There's an embassy. There's the Federation's here, but they're not in charge.
Are you telling me you're...
Are they still on that space station nearby?
Oh, Deep Space Nine? Yeah.
Are you telling me...
There's even one of us running it. Ro? Larry?
Wait.
Out of character.
And as far as I know, that's incredibly incorrect, right?
It actually lines up with beta canon.
Okay, so...
Book canon. And very plausible for Rolaren to be.
Yeah, she became security officer after Odo left.
Yeah. What I'm trying to figure out is this showing that we're in a different time stream that Q has brought us into, or is... Well, never mind. That's already essentially confirmed.
So, yeah, I'm trying to figure out if this is alternate too. Okay, wait. So the Federate... What about the Dominion?
The who?
Oh, Yoren looks a little sad.
See, now I don't know if she's just not heard of him because she stayed out here. Have you? Wait, who rules? Who runs Bajor now? Do the Bajorans have control of their planet again?
there's a few that are oppressive. It's their way or the highway.
Oh, I start racking my brain trying to remember the political structure during, the war.
I do
it's
too.
Like, what the? Snap my fingers.
By observing her facial movements and the intonation of her voice, can I psychologically analyze her if she actually knows anything that's going on this planet?
Sure. She'll give you one more sentence here. The Vedics.
Kai, what was her name? Kai Wynn? Kai was
that mad woman.
Well, some things are same from what I know. Is she in charge?
She was for a while. Then she jumped into a pit. Or got pushed. Nobody quite knows. She disappeared.
I'm playing this in character. I'm just like, I have no idea if that's real or not. That I don't know. It's like no. I can't tell. Yeah, not knowing the Dominion, my brain can't wrap around I can't piece this together. I'm sort of just stumbling at the moment.
Having history rewritten in front of my eyes, I'm a little staggered. Where's everyone else? Who's out here with you?
There's not many of us left.
Oh, come on, Saren. If you're still fighting, I know there's at least half a dozen others who could make it. Right?
Oh. Circe's gone. She went. She was taken out 2 weeks ago.
Yorn tilts his head and looks perplexed. What are you fighting against?
Not against, for. We're fighting for freedom.
Against who?
But who is denying you that freedom that you have to fight with them?
The Vedics, the government.
What's a Vedic?
Priest.
Basically a priest.
Okay.
Archbishop.
Priest of the prophets?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So
Bajor's pretty much a pseudo theocracy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you ever see DS9?
I'm aware of the heavy religious undertones of Bajoran society, just not the specific names.
Yeah. They were very fancy kind of burgundy robes with really tall hats.
It's sort of like
earringy things.
Yeah. Sort of like the church in medieval times or European times where you had the and it was it's a presidency in Bajor, but you also had the religious council.
Yeah.
Yeah. See that they weren't. There was a separation of church and state, but they were still part of the
kind
state.
of a mix of like Catholicism and the religion of the Goa'uld from Stargate.
A bit, yeah.
Well,
actually,
I guess that kind of counts.
It's okay. Yeah, that's not bad. Yeah.
They've taken away everything that we fought for.
Okay, this can't. I just sort of whisper to the others.
That's
this
crazy.
Can't be our timeline. This can't be.
No, this is wrong. This is all wrong.
Yeah.
If I recall from the stories when I was on Deep Space Nine, they didn't really do much on the surface of Bajor. So, isn't this feasible?
I can't believe that this is what we fought for. We knew that it was the Cardassians who were holding us down. Of course, once they left, it would prosper. Surely.
Just
we had access to the wormhole, to Deep Space Nine, everything. The Federation was here. There was trade and opportunity. Why hasn't anything gotten better?
It did for a select few.
But for you and Cersei and
the Federation,
everyone else who's still fighting.
The Federation doesn't involve much in local politics.
The last I remember, Bajor was a member of the Federation, so...
That's what they'd have you believe.
Okay.
That made it worse. No pursuit of wealth. No reason to work hard. No reason to keep fighting, and not even with combat. Just no reason to keep pushing to do better. People got lazy. People got complacent. The rich.
She's the Ayn Rand of Bajor.
Koss shrugged.
Is Yoren laughing in character?
No, that's out of character.
Okay, good. Okay.
Thank goodness.
Unless he actually said that out loud, but I feel like Ayn Rand wouldn't make it all the way to the 24th century. Who knows?
I have to take a break from the confusion. I start looking around and just start feeling exposed. Like, maybe we should take this conversation inside. If you're on patrol...
Hadn't she just let us inside?
You all are inside.
Oh, okay. I thought we were still trying to convince her.
We're near inside the cave system, but not actually in the central area.
Okay.
We essentially walked in to get cover from the sun and anyone who may be looking.
Do we have our communicators on us?
I believe so.
Communicators on your uniforms, yeah.
All right. Okay. I just wanted to make sure that was part of the equipment we have. Okay.
Yeah.
I suppose I ask her if she's been visited by a Q recently.
I'm sorry, a what?
Never mind. You'd know. I'm not actually supposed to be here, you see. None of us. We're far across the galaxy as near as I can tell, but we've been brought here for something, some purpose.
It's because you were having a moral dilemma, remember? I remember. I heard that much.
There was no dilemma. I shout back over my shoulder.
Are you sure? I remember something about the remorseless killing of an innocent Cardassian.
He wasn't innocent. I explained that.
I look as I go on as I'm egging on Koss. I'm just looking back and forth, kind of surreptitiously, to see if Soren's having any kind of reaction to our conversation.
Plain face.
Taking my head in my hands, I simply state, I don't have to explain myself to you or Q.
My friend here seems to be having a bit of a quandary. Sorry, go ahead.
You keep bringing up this Q.
Right, I'm sorry.
Rather important.
He was part of the training in Starfleet, but Q is this... I'm not sure how to describe it, but...
He's like one of the prophets.
Please.
Even I chuckle at that.
Ignore him.
No.
Did you...
But a little more hands-on.
Did you just say you're Starfleet?
We're in our uniforms, right? She can just see that?
No,
or she just not recognize us.
The two of us.
Yeah, that's what I meant, the two of us. We're in our uniforms.
But...
Yeah, but she hadn't known that I had identified as Starfleet yet.
Yeah, I don't like the way she says that. She said that.
Noticing my mistake, I kind of say, and just trail off.
Control Control command contested roll, please.
Command control contested roll.
Is there any way we can help with this?
No.
Sit there, look pretty.
I'll be buying 2 extra dice. Thank you very much.
Okay, you're a jerk. Spend all our momentum. Spend 1 threat. Go up 2 dice myself. Yay, nay, guys. It's contested. I've got to get his dice.
Yeah. Do you have any focuses to boost your crits?
No.
Oh.
But I'm rolling against 15. That should be 3 out of 4.
This is your morality story. You can have all the resources you want.
Yeah, go for it if you need to.
I take it. I take it. Let's see. We've got 1, 14, 13, 4.
Jeez.
Nice! 5 successes.
So what did you spend? 2 momentum and a threat?
Yeah.
We're not actually getting success. Oh, yeah, we are.
It depends what they roll. What David rolls.
How many momentum or how many successes?
5.
It's a tie.
Dave, I hate you. Oh, good God. I don't even want to know what you rolled. So,
ties go to the antagonist here.
As I'm listening to their conversation, do I get why this is a bad thing?
Does the level I failed by matter a lot? Because I think tying maybe should earn me some sympathy points.
Not quite yet. Yorin, you can make an insight security roll and get a reading on her.
Gotcha. Well, I guess it doesn't matter if psychology would count because I only got a 1 in security.
You tell me how many successes. I'll tell you how much you learn based on your successes.
2 successes.
Okay, so she is really not a fan of Starfleet at this point.
I've gotten that impression.
She is actually very anti-Starfleet. The fact that you two are Starfleet, but Koss is here, means that
originally it kind of felt like you were vouched for by Koss,
yeah.
But now you're
the other side.
You can't vouch for someone if you yourself are in question.
Now it feels like maybe this is Starfleet coming into her home. And
being invited into her home, and she realizes she's just led them straight in.
Yeah, and now she feels like maybe she's messed up here. And so she's gone from very open and very honest to now very defensive. Basically, she got this look of panic when she realized Koss was Starfleet, and not necessarily even panic, but shock.
Hey, sorry. I try to cut in and offer reassurances. Not that I'm sure how well she'll believe a Starfleet officer, quote unquote. But hey, please don't mind us. We're just along for the ride. I have nothing to do here, really. We're just trying to help whatever he's up to.
No, Yorin, please.
I'm helping.
Again, please, Yorin. It'll be better if you don't. Yes, Sarah, and I am with Starfleet. When the Federation came to Bajor after we liberated it, it seemed like the best idea, the best thing I could do to help save more people. They're the only ones out there trying to fight for the people. You see that? I don't know what's happened here, but Starfleet's the same hope that made me fight with you. I look at her as imploringly as someone who can't make eye contact can.
The Federation
hang in there.
The Federation brainwashes you. You think you're doing good, and maybe you are doing some good, but not everyone wants your help, and you don't quite know how to take no for an answer.
Look at the Federation worlds. Look how safe and secure they are. You're telling me you'd give that up for the Dominion? Or for the Cardassians, rather? Oops.
Hey, Dominion was almost in control of them for a while.
I know.
They were in control of them for a while.
The Cardassians aren't the worst thing in the world these days.
I simply say, that's what really frightens me.
And some of what they say makes a lot of sense.
Speaking of frightening me,
that gets a sturdy raised eyebrow. I just took a level in Vulcan right there.
I kind of do my best to ignore that comment and ask her, well, where's everybody else?
They're around.
I kind of nudge Zip off to the side, and I'm like, does that mean he can take off the silly hood now?
I don't know. But GM, is there a chair around here somewhere?
I believe we're just in a
yeah, we're not inside.
I figured we were just kind of sitting on rocks and the ground near the entrance.
Oh yeah. All right, so then I just casually sit on a rock just to take the pressure off and cross one of my legs over, and just put my hand on the leg. While I'm listening to this, I'm just like, and I just say, ma'am, Starfleet is not what you think it is. Koss is right. It's an incredible opportunity.
Zip would know. He's been there, like us.
I fought in the trenches. I've killed my share of Cardassians too. And Klingons, and Dominion, and Borg, and whatever else you probably can think of. But that's always been the last resort.
He says beseechingly.
Koss, you remember our old days when we were seemingly fighting just to fight? It's not enough anymore. You have to have something to fight for.
I did. I was fighting for my home.
But now we have... Our home's not under siege. It's not what we want it to be. But I was shown a way. A true way.
Out here in the wilderness, this is your way.
For now.
Well, go on. What is your way?
I don't know that you're ready for it.
Real quick, while they're talking, I scratch my leg under my trouser and palm the phaser back into my hand.
Yorn will nudge Zip again. It's like, ooh, should I start looking around, see if there's some commandments carved in stone?
So without getting caught.
All right. I need you all to make presents. No, not presents. Sorry.
Oh.
Swear to God, Dave, if you say reason.
No, definitely not reason. Actually, Zip, I'm going to need you to make a daring security roll to get that phaser.
Ooh.
Difficulty?
That makes most sense.
How daring.
Difficulty 2.
Okay.
And then the rest of you, I'm going to need you to make insight security rolls to detect.
To what? What am I rolling?
Detect danger.
Okay.
Okay. So you said daring security?
Yes, daring
Right.
security.
So I'm going to use my hand phaser. I'm going to use my hand phaser's focus on this one.
Yes. Yeah, I'll give you that.
Okay. Oh, I wish we had momentum. Where's my dice roller? Okay.
I've actually got a watchful eye focus on this one.
Nice.
Yes.
The talent.
215. So I get that crit.
Okay.
That's 2 successes.
So you have the phaser in your hand.
Yeah, I'm just palmed it like a magician. It's just my hand's hanging there. You can't tell. I just stopped scratching my leg and just pulled my hand away. Phaser's just in the palm.
Okay.
Looking at our momentum
Still
amounts,
set to
I
stun.
decide not to spend any, and I just roll 2 dice for 8 and 5. With my watchful eye focus, that gives me 3 successes. Get that momentum, please.
Okay.
I have 1 success over here.
Oh, so you failed. So
to be fair,
it's not like I was going to be a fighter anyway.
Yeah, to be fair, Nguyen's not the best at detecting danger.
No, but
that's true. That's so true.
So a figure comes from behind the shadows and puts a black bag over Yoren's head.
Oh, this is a new experience.
Real quick, does our character Sana have her phaser still tucked away on her back, or is she holding it? Or
holstered was what I heard.
Still in the holster.
Still in the holster. Okay.
I jumped to attention.
Hey, hold on a second. Over my cowboy hat onto my head.
It's a big bag. Yes. No.
Yes.
Damn it.
I instantly stand up, but I keep the phaser hand just lax. I
wait to hear what I'm reacting to before I say how I react. Because all I know is that there is hands producing bags going on heads. That's the only thing I know. So
it's just going on Yoren's head, right? Right. Or is it going on all of our heads?
Well, just Yoren's so far. We haven't had anything else described.
Okay. Zip, you start to feel movement behind you.
It's not a phaser in his pocket.
I instantly spin around in like a defensive stance.
Okay.
Keeping the phaser. I'm still keeping the phaser hidden, but I've got like my hands up like I was going to defend against a strike.
Okay.
Hands up, don't phase.
Okay, so this will be a contested. It's going to be their daring security versus your control security.
Okay, and hand-to-hand combat focus.
Oh yeah.
Oh boy! So I need 14 with 4 crits. Crits of 4, I mean.
Okay.
What's the what's contested?
It's successes versus successes.
Right, but it's just 2 dice. Oh wait a minute.
You can buy more.
We've got one momentum.
Yeah.
I'll burn them. Yeah, I'll burn them. Just let it happen. Yeah, I'll leave the momentum to cost. Okay, so I'll just roll my 2 dice. Oh, this is awesome. 3 and 5, so that's 3 successes.
Okay, you have 2 momentum. They rolled poorly. So he reaches up with the bag in his hands, and you block it, and you start grappling with the bag in the hands, and you actually manage. Sorry, keep going.
I was gonna say I'm just using my free hand. I've grabbed the bag and just holding it away because I've only got one free hand, but I don't want to make it look like I've got my phaser out.
Okay, so you've taken the bag from him. Okay. Then that works.
Okay.
So you've just taken the bag away, thrown it on the ground.
Take the bag, throw it on the ground, and go back into my defensive stance like I'm about to strike if he even moves. I'm just going to knock his block off.
All right. Koss, you have the same feeling of motion behind you now.
Seeing what has happened to my compatriot off to the side, I try to turn around with a sweeping leg kick.
Ooh, that's good. That's good. I like that.
Go judo.
I'm going to attempt to dodge that.
What's the rolls?
It's me seeing if I can dodge that. I have jumped in the air successfully. But now I'm in the air.
You who?
Me, faceless person in the shadows.
Faceless person in the shadows. My arch nemesis. We meet again, faceless person in the shadows.
It's a non-unique card.
That's what it is. It's actually Shroud.
Shroud of the Enemy.
Okay. I suppose
that'd be a good elite talent name.
I try to kick him to the ground and depending upon my success, maybe try and free Yorin.
Okay. You can, I guess, we're gonna make that a fitness security.
Okay.
That'll be a contested roll.
Contested rolls. How many dice are going around, Dave?
It's 2v2 unless you're spending to add.
I'm spending 1.
Okay. Have fun.
All right. We've got 2, 14, and 3.
They're going down.
For now. All right.
We're the best of the best.
Cool. 3 successes against their how many successes?
Let's just say you've got 2 momentum back.
Cool.
Sarin has come up behind you as you're doing your leg kick, and she has put a bag over your head.
Just to mess with you, Will.
I spent threat to get myself an extra die, by the way.
Yep. So I've just got bag over my head now.
Yeah, but you've also taken out another faceless person in the shadows.
Hey.
So we've got Sarin and we've got someone holding a bag over Yorin's head left. Oh, right, and the guy in front of me. The guy.
Well, Sarin's holding a bag over my head, so.
Yes, I forgot. Yeah.
So they're currently like 2 for 3.
Go.
We're struggling to get out.
Yes, Yorin's go.
Yes. Oh, hold on.
No, where'd he go?
Or Zip.
Sorry,
Zip can do something.
Yeah, I was like, it's not actually a turn-by-turn combat encounter right now.
Right, it's a new round.
So we're talking about just me with a bag over my head wondering what's going on?
Yeah, pretty much.
And the sounds of fighting and scuffling.
I assume trying to get the bag off your head.
You have really bad eyesight, but really amazing hearing.
Mm-hmm. So is this the person who has a bag over my head, are they like grappling me, like just keeping me held down?
They are because you have a big hat, they are holding that bag essentially pinned against your collarbone.
Gotcha.
On either side.
Gotcha. I kind of tap him on the forearm. Is like, excuse me, that's kind of uncomfortable. Would you mind? Would you mind terribly stopping that? I mean, it's not very polite. But Bjorn doesn't make any real effort to get out of it.
I'm just doing my job.
Fair enough.
I mean, if you're not gonna struggle, I could do it a little lighter.
What if I took my hat off first and then you put the thing on me? Can I roll my manipulative for this?
Yes, actually you can. and his resistance to manipulation's like 0. But
please, I want to watch this happen.
Give us what's my roll for this? Like a presence?
I don't know. It's got to be presence. I don't know what the discipline is. Oh, it's absolutely contested.
But with like a massive penalty.
It's presence engineering. It's engineering because you're trying to do the physics of a hat and a bag and all of this. So it's presence engineering.
All right.
Let's be honest. You're never gonna get that whole bag around this whole hat. So
I know, right? So I'm gonna give you a threat, Dave.
Okay.
So I'm gonna get 3 dice for this. I have
5 dice.
A focus in deception.
Yes.
Okay.
I get manipulative to reroll all of my dice because I'm purchasing a die on this task to deceive.
Okay.
And it's engineering, so I get an additional reroll because I spent threat on it because I'm a bold engineer.
Great. Then I'm not going to do anything to mess with your complication range because I'm never going to see it. But I am going to spend 1 threat to bump up your difficulty rating. So you have to beat his success by
+1.
By +1.
Gotcha.
Got it.
Just because I can.
Fair enough. If this works, this will be just hilarious anyway.
Oh yeah. Oh, it'll be awesome.
All right.
I want you to do this.
So I get a full reroll, so I can get rid of those 18s.
Yeah.
And then I get 1 more reroll, so I can get rid of that 20.
Uh-huh.
And it got me another 20. So I have I have 3 successes and a complication.
Okay. Well, you beat my roll.
Mm-hmm.
But not by as much as you'd think.
Oh no, because I had to get +1 anyway.
Yes. Yeah, but you still won.
Mm-hmm.
But you actually don't get momentum out of it. So
fair enough. I convinced him to take a bag off my head. Come on now.
Okay, so I don't think I should be doing this. But I like the sound of your voice. So I'm going to do this slowly. Okay?
Oh, thank you, my good man. It's good to see that there are still civilized people in the world.
Okay, but so here's the plan, right? We're going to take the bag off. We're going to take your hat off. We're going to put the bag back over your head, and then we're going to put the hat back on top of the bag.
I'm glad this is all simultaneous and Zip doesn't hear this as he's trying to fight the other guy.
I so want to believe that just because he had added and then we put the hat back on, he's actually not even going to try and escape now that he knows his hat will be appeased.
I mean, I'm kind of tempted now.
Priorities.
I'm not judging you.
You, sir, are a man of taste, and the hat does look good on you.
Jorn thinks about it for a little bit.
I feel like
he
we
realizes whoever put this bag on his head probably hasn't actually seen his face because he came up from behind. But
the second me and the guy I'm facing off with hear this, we both will turn our heads and look. We've forgotten each other for a moment. Just like, what? And then we just look back at each other and shrug and get back into.
And keep fighting. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
What?
All right, but make sure my hat doesn't get stuck in the bag when you take it off.
I'll do my best.
All right.
Whoop. Upsy daisy.
Okay, on 3. You ready?
Yes.
Okay. 1, 2, and he lifts the bag off.
And I try to grab the hat to make sure it doesn't go flying off with it.
Yeah.
And I turn around and look at him. Are we good here?
Well, okay, you got the hat.
And that's probably the end of that round.
Sure.
Yes, maybe.
Sure.
God, jeez.
I'm just saying. I called it. It's beautiful.
Okay. I sort of spare the fainted briefs glances at this exchange, and like it literally just happened. And okay, whatever. I just say we don't have to do this. We're not here for you. Starfleet's not what you think it is.
In his how does his combat?
Yes, but Mr. Tane wants to speak with you.
Does the name Mr. Tane bring up anything in my memoriam?
Isn't this a captain thing?
So Garrick,
this is not good.
Garrick's father, and I believe it's Enabrain.
It's a Nobrantane.
Yeah. Was the head of the Obsidian Order.
I believe he perished he went missing in action at the battle of the Obsidian Order and the Tal Shiar versus the False Dominion homeworld.
It's conceivable that Garrick may have taken up the name.
Yeah.
That would be a fun person to meet.
I'm trying to decide if Zip would know who this is. Probably not.
Actually, hold on. Give me one moment here. Let me see. No, okay. Zip would have no idea.
That's fine. I'm just like.
But hold on. Let me see.
Yeah, I was gonna say, is any of us?
Koss, on the other hand,
that makes sense.
Koss knows the Starfleet security briefing on Tame and on Garrick.
Yeah, that was after my time. Security
Garrick has his own security detail.
Oh, I still don't know who these names are.
It's DS9 stuff.
Got it.
So
basically, the Obsidian Order is the Cardassian KGB. Nobrantane was ahead of it, and he's Garrick's father, and he trained Garrick to be a spy.
Who's Garrick?
And Garrick was on Deep Space Nine as a hailer for 9 seasons.
Got it.
Seven seasons.
Yeah. So in the game, Garrick is the one that you can disable your captain to get +1 die?
Yes. Elam Garrick. Yeah.
Yeah, Elam Garrick. Yeah. Oh, I should just Yes.
Yeah.
So.
And he gets his own talent.
So you just heard the name of the head of the Cardassian spy ring.
Yes.
Spy community, which makes the KGB.
With us.
It makes the KGB look like a joke almost. They're so
The Obsidian Order and the Tal Shiar kind of have contests to see who can outdo each other.
Right.
Who gets to be like the worst rendition of the Cold War?
Yeah.
Yes.
So at this point, it would go so much smoother if you guys stopped fighting.
I think
that's a good call, guys.
I just look back at Koss. Does that name mean anything to you? It means nothing to me.
Not personally.
Not Tane? Okay. Oh, I thought you did. I thought Koss did know it.
Do I?
You have a Starfleet briefing on it. You've never met the man.
Okay, so everyone has just like basic Starfleet knowledge?
Yes. You specifically have more Starfleet security knowledge.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, this all came out way after. Yeah. This all came out way after Zip's days in security, so I don't remember this.
Got it. Okay. You'd better listen up. Tane is, well, he's twisted. Head of the Obsidian Order.
Oh, really?
I don't know what we've gotten ourselves into or why Saren would be with them, but this is bad. I've stopped struggling in the bag and quietly ask, "What's going on, Saren?"
Oh, I'm so conflicted on what I want to do right now. I'll wait. I just.
Let's just say that the interests of some Cardassians have aligned with mine.
I get the feeling mine don't no longer align with yours, though.
That may be. But it may not be.
Well, what are you going to do with us?
Well, your presence was requested. The next step is to bring you to him.
Point the way, I say sarcastically.
But Bjorn's fine with this.
That wouldn't do much good now. You can't see.
That's the joke.
Just stop struggling. It'll all be fine. She looks over at you, Zip, and says, "You, sir, will you put the bag on your head?"
We'll come with you. We don't need these on our heads.
It's a condition of Mr. Tane's.
I lean over and say, he wouldn't want us to know where he is. Can't have us watching the path. They really are working with a sick bastard like that. I'd watch my back too.
Oh, okay. All I'm sitting here is now remembering of all the spy novels that Garrick and Bashir went through, and this is definitely a spy thing.
Yeah.
Wait, was that Bond or Pink Panther?
The Bond, yes.
Yeah.
A little bit of both.
Although Get Smart might work for us too, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well.
Okay. All right. I'll take your lead, Cuss. Fine. I just let my hands drop to my side and sigh reservedly.
Yorn's over here removing the hat, holding it in one hand so the other guy can get the bag around him easier, and then have the hat put back on his head.
Now, see, that wasn't that complicated. I mean, I suppose I could have asked, but it was.
You think?
It was more fun this way.
You've turned your back on the prophet, Saren. Just take us to him.
All right, Tane, they're ready.
We are suddenly by Tane.
And a transporter beam envelops you.
Wait a minute.
Not bad.
Wait a minute.
Why did we need the heads over there?
Nice deception. Wait, he did put his hat on me before I transported, right?
Yes.
Good.
Oh, Yorin would have just flipped out. He would have probably taken everyone out.
That's the point, guys. That's the point.
That is totally a Nobran Tame's sense of humor.
Yep.
All right. I do declare, out of the 4 times I've been inducted, this is the most creative and my favorite so far.
Remind me to ask you about that later.
Okay. The black bags come off of your heads.
Oh, my hat. Oh, this is getting
difficult. We're useful.
The hat is placed back on your head, Yorin.
Thank you.
I rub my eyes partly because it's bright suddenly, and partly because I'm just shaking my head in utter disbelief.
And in front of you, you see a very lavish throne.
The sight of my green skin again shocks me after being in the dark cave. Lavish throne. I assume there's someone seated upon?
You just see the back of it.
Oh, we're behind the throne.
It's probably a rotating throne.
No, you're in the main throne room.
The throne's turned around.
Yes.
Yes, and it will turn around and reveal dramatically. Now, shh, let him make his entrance. This is actually Yorn in character.
Ah, well put, Yorn. You seem to have a flair for all of this.
Now, sorry, is this actually Q, or is just your Q voice sound like all your other voices?
I'm not much of a voice actor. I'm sorry.
That's fine. But this is not Q, right?
Correct.
No.
Okay, just making sure.
The throne starts to turn.
This is Puddingtane. Ask you again, he'll tell you the same.
And you hear grinding noises as it gets about halfway turned. Ah! I hate it when it doesn't turn all the way. Get somebody in here to fix this now.
Yorn kind of raises his hand.
I stand around awkwardly waiting for a technician.
Do I have a toolkit on me?
No.
Does Zip have his toolkit on him?
No.
Brown.
Oh. Yorn puts his hand down and looks around dejectedly. Sorry, I don't have my toolkit.
That's fine. Computer, play waiting music.
Projecting smooth jazz.
Sensual sound of an elevator. Now in your ear.
A technician scurries in, fiddles around with the throne for a couple of minutes.
He offers us refreshments while we wait.
That took far too long.
I just look around with my mouth partly open in utter confusion at everything that's happening right now.
I'm a little bit Q shocked, and I'm kind of just taking the new setting in stride.
Okay, so it's done. It's going to work now? Fine. He presses the button on the throne, and it finishes swiveling around, and you see the face of a man that you are somewhat familiar with.
Which one of us?
Elam Garrick. I don't know. Somebody's familiar with Elam Garrick.
Dun, dun, dun.
Oh, who is we all? You cut out there on me for a second. What'd you say? We're familiar with them?
Yes.
Someone is.
You see
someone in the
Elam
party
Garrick
would know Elam Garrick.
Would I have met him on DS9 possibly during my transfer?
Yes, actually, you would have.
I wouldn't have remembered him, as I would be doing my best to avoid any and all Cardassian encounters.
Yeah, I don't think I would have ever encountered him either. Even if I was on DS9 during the wars, I probably wouldn't have.
So what's Yorn got to say?
Yorn kind of tilts his head, squints his eyes, scratches his chin, thinks about it for a second. Mr. Tane, he says in kind of exaggerated moment. What an honor to see you.
Oh, please, it's just Garrick. My friends call me Garrick. It's just Garrick to you.
Oh, I thought you wanted to go with the whole Tane thing. Okay.
Oh, no. That's if you make me mad. Don't make me
confused.
mad.
Yorn looks, kind of looks to the upper left like he's trying to recall something like, no, I'm pretty sure that's not me. I don't remember doing anything like that.
I reiterate, you two know each other?
Oh, we met once on Deep Space Nine. He made me a very fashionable suit. I did not know much of Federation cosmeticry, dressage. No, wait, that's for horses.
I believe that's dressage.
That's the word I'm looking for.
Isn't it?
He made me a very fashionable suit on my way to Earth when I stopped by Deep Space Nine.
Oh wait, you're
I just
I
call
look
it
at your.
fashion.
You're the Cardassian that was on. Oh.
Tane makes clothes?
Yes, I'm a tailor. That's all I've ever been. Just a plain, simple tailor.
Wait, you're the Cardassian that was on Deep Space Nine?
Yes.
Well, that sounds kind of racist, don't you think?
What are you doing here on Bajor? Going by the name of Tane. What's going on?
Gave me well, first, you assume we're on Bajor.
We were transported, you know, guys.
I didn't think we could transport across systems. Oh, we could be in a ship. That's true. I hadn't considered.
Second, they gave me a throne.
I'll admit that's pretty compelling.
How does the throne look? Is it? I know it didn't activate very well, but does it also look okay?
Oh yeah, it looks immaculate.
It looks like it should have performed.
Excellent.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, let's be real, Koss. If somebody gave you a throne, wouldn't you do just about anything?
No.
Like if I said, "Hey, look, you can have this throne. All the power that comes with it. All you have to do is take the knife out of Zip's boot."
I look over at Zip. What?
I have my poker face on. I just say, "Who?" And I just ignore it. I say, "Who gave you the throne?" What? I don't know what's going on.
That makes two of us.
Oh, that's irrelevant.
Well, you've got us here, so what is relevant?
Oh. Well, as Sarin probably told you, our interests have aligned. You see, after the whole Dominion War, there's a little power vacuum that was created. You know, most of the Cardassian government was kind of dead.
Right, but why wouldn't the Federation step in to handle the chaos?
Oh, they did. They did. But you see, the Cardassians are very proud people. They like to...
I snort when I hear that.
Do things by themselves?
Sorry, very quick question out of character. Did not the Federation save like half the Cardassian Parliament in one of their episodes?
Oh, yes, but
probably post Deep Space Nine, or no?
Wasn't that like the
Dutapa Council?
There we go. That's
Dutapa.
Yeah.
Did that happen before or after the clearing of the occupation?
Well, that was post-occupation, like final battle of Cardassia.
Okay, so that's technically not what happened in this timeline. Because maybe it is. I don't
know that yet.
Right, we're still in the dark as to the true nature of the time shenanigans, if there are any.
Gotcha.
So you see,
yes, we do now. We don't have the bags on our heads anymore.
Well, yeah, that was just theatrics. I do love a good spy novel.
For the transport.
Yeah. Talk to your own Dr. Bashir. He will tell you all about theatrics and spy novels.
I'll have to check.
Well, your holodeck, holo programs, something like that, they have all you need to know.
I simply wait for more.
Yorn picks up his tricorder and types in a little note to himself.
A quick question: is there anyone in the room with us besides Garrick?
No.
Okay.
Even the little engineer that fixed his throne left. Oh,
yes.
Okay.
Yeah, there's some guards on the deep outskirts. Basically, if you tried anything, they'd be in there before you could carry it out.
Okay.
But they're not in the middle or interfering with the meeting at all.
Right. See, gentlemen, Cardassia is one of the last powers left in the quadrant. You see, there's the Klingons, there's the Romulans, there's the Federation, and then there's the Cardassians. And I guess there's the Breen, the Tholians, the Gorn.
None of them really command enough clout to rule the system.
Oh,
I wouldn't be so sure about the Breen. They're yeah.
I heard many good things about the Breen from my changeling supervisor.
Yeah, they know how to get stuff done. They are very thorough.
Did you ever find out what they look like under the masks?
Yeah, it's not pretty.
Oh, that's unfortunate. I still would like to visit
some
them
of them
one day,
are,
though.
well, we could probably arrange for that. I do have need for that. You see, gentlemen, I need eyes and ears.
Wayne looks him up and down, stares at his face for a little bit, and looks confused.
Wayne, not Wayne. Yorin.
Dang it! Sorry, did I say that?
Sorry. Yes. Sorry, Wayun. I spent way too much time dealing with Wayun back during the meeting. Old habits die hard. Speaking of dying, computer, make a note that technician, he needs to die. He took far too long getting in here. But not literal eyes and ears, figurative. I need people who are willing to gather information for me. People who can see things that I can't see, who can go places that I perhaps cannot go.
And you've given us so many wonderful reasons to help you as well.
Do you value your life?
Greatly, but how are you supposed to keep a hold on that if I'm out gathering information for you?
Oh.
Yorn actually gives a little bit of a shrug.
Yorn, I believe the Dominion cloning facilities have been destroyed.
Just the ones in the Alpha Quadrant.
Yeah.
Love it.
I mean, this is kind of the way the Vordor are raised from birth, really.
Yeah, they've got that nihilism.
Well, okay. Perhaps let me approach this another way. I'm on track to become the president of Cardassia.
Congratulations.
You're still not explaining why this is good for me.
That doesn't sound normal. Is that how it's supposed to be? I don't remember Cardassia being a democracy or a republic. I'm
the magistrate, the person in charge of the whole thing.
The Fuhrer, you know.
What are labels? What are
it's
a few
all just
labels?
Names.
Yeah, what are a few labels between friends, anyways? Basically, I'm the guy in charge of it all.
I mean, he does have the throne to prove it.
Right.
But he does not have the explanation as for how he's supposed to keep us under control the moment we're out of sight.
Look, the best people to serve under you are the ones who want to serve under you.
I agree. Now you just need to get me there.
Well, okay. Let's take your Sarin. Right, you remember her. She was...
Yes, she seems to have changed, rather. Something to do with you, I suppose?
I showed her the light.
That seems to be the problem, yes.
See, you say problem. I say that I opened her eyes.
To kidnapping her friend. her comrade.
To presenting her friend with an opportunity.
Didn't you say you let her get captured on a mission like years ago?
With a wounded look, I turn my eyes away. We didn't let her, but she was overrun and there was nothing we could do.
I mean, it sounds like you haven't called or written for a while, so... I mean, she probably doesn't think you're a very good friend.
She was dead. She had goals all over her. There was nothing we could do against that many.
It's very hard to be friends with a dead person.
Yeah, there were a great number of Cardassians surrounding her. Would it interest you in knowing that I was the one who kept her safe? Well, me and my father. I do have to credit the man with something.
What are you talking about? Why would you stage her death?
So that all the other Cardassians thought she was dead? When it was 40-1, no Bajorn gets out of that alive.
Exactly. So, well,
yes. So
I'm still not even sure what's going on.
So if we didn't show her death in a very public manner, there wouldn't have been. There would have been a lot of questions. But
not from me, but
now
I've got nothing but questions.
But from the rest of the Cardassians, from all the officials, from a lot of people, and the last thing you want are a whole bunch of Cardassians asking questions.
Right.
As a former official of the Dominion, we are well familiar with the tactic of saving someone who is in a certain death situation to earn their loyalty. I mean, it sounds like something very similar happened here. You keep asking why, but gaining a zealous supporter is usually a good enough trade in and of itself. Yorn as talking to not Zip,
but Koss.
Koss, yes.
I didn't even require her loyalty at that point. We transported her out into the desert. We gave her a cave system to survive. That's all she needed.
Out of the goodness of your heart, you're not explaining your why.
We thought that at some point she might be valuable.
And so you'd betray the Cardassian occupation? On a maybe?
Spy games. I hate spy games.
Right.
Can't you just fight in the open like everyone else?
You, Mr. Koss, are playing checkers in a game of chess.
I'm still not even convinced I want to play.
Well, you're playing. You're all playing.
All right.
You're all part of a game. There's
always... Got to get those one-liners in somewhere, Dave.
There's always a game afoot. And a lot of times you gamble. You take a chance on the hope that it pays off. And it may take 20 years for that move to pay off. Sarin took about 5 years for that to pay off.
Seems like a rather low-risk investment as well.
And now she's your goody two-shoes mercenary?
Oh, she's anything but goody two-shoes. That woman does whatever the hell she wants to do 50% of the time.
I laugh and nod.
You would know. But every once in a while, I call in a favor. She understands that it's in her best interest to do it if it doesn't conflict with her, and we work together more often than not. You see, I want good things for Bajor. You may not believe me, but I want a prosperous Bajor.
I know exactly what the Cardassians want for Bajor.
Yorn's taking notes on his tricorder as well as he can to try to learn how to set up his own spy organization.
I glare.
But I also want a prosperous Cardassia. Are you familiar with the adage, those who do not learn from their own history are doomed to repeat it?
Of course.
Okay, so why do you think, or rather, what makes you think that I would want to repeat the mistakes of my predecessors when it comes to Bajor?
Hubris. Everybody thinks they can do it better than someone.
I don't want an occupation.
Well, what do you want?
It's too much time, it's too much investment, it's too much resistance. The Bajoran people are stubborn. That's a good thing. It's a good thing.
Yorn chuckles under his breath.
I'd rather work with you than against you. Use your stubbornness to my advantage, even though it does give me headaches at night.
And what is it you're trying to work towards?
Is Garrick addressing a Cardassian as a Bajoran?
Yes.
But he knows its costs?
Yes.
Okay.
That's weird. Just checking.
I've been mentioning my green skin a couple of times to just keep it fresh.
Oh yeah, I know.
I've always been one that's been ahead of the game. I can see 3 moves ahead in this game of chess.
And you want me on your team?
I do. These labels of Cardassia, Federation, Klingons, Romulans, they're not going to last. The powers have to shift. The powers are always shifting. They're changing. It's a constant game of who's on whose side. Who woke up feeling like they wanted to be friends today? That's no way to have alliances. That's no way to develop. We have to be strong. We have to work together.
Well, I don't disagree. I'm still not sure how you're planning on making this happen. Or that you're trustworthy in the first place.
You're a poker player. I can't show you my hand. What you have to trust is that I'm holding the cards right now. If nothing
No, what
else,
I have to trust is that you're actually putting chips on the table.
Yorn nudges Zip and says, how does he know that he's a poker player? Is he a poker player?
Okay, what you have to trust is that I have the large stack at the table. That I'm the chip leader here. And that you're lucky
that I can win the hand off you.
Maybe every once in a while you get to win a hand. I'm okay with that. But the reality is that for somebody to even have a seat at the table, they have proven themselves worthy of playing at the table. Are you a man who's worthy of playing at the table?
I could play your games.
But
I need convincing.
You're not the one who has to be convinced. I am. I've laid out my case. Cardassia needs to be strong. Bajor needs to be strong. I'm the man who can get us there.
Well, that's a lot of talk for a shovelhead.
said the pot to the kettle,
Ow.
Mr. Shovelhead.
I sort of snicker because I hadn't heard that one before, so I go, you know, it's the old racism coming through.
Got him.
The old wars, yeah.
Well, that's
for
just
now. I look downcast.
As the silence starts to drag on, Yorn nudges Koss. I believe you were trying to convince him that you deserve a seat at this table, air quotes.
I'm not convinced I was. Sure, he wants something from us, but other than putting a gun to our head, I don't see how he can make us. And I don't think he really wants the best for me. I don't think he wants what's in our interests, honestly.
Well, if you won't play, maybe I'll talk to your Vorta friend here.
Good luck.
Yorn looks a little indignant at that. At the good luck. It's like, I am a very personable personage. Thank you very much.
Now,
people tell me all the time that I'm very pleasant.
You look like a person that I would like to play poker with.
I mean, that sounds good, but I have not played poker yet, so you would have to teach me.
Oh, excellent. I love teaching people how to play poker.
I lower my head into my hands completely.
I was very busy in the Dominion. We didn't have your strange Alpha Quadrant games.
If you're new, you haven't a chance, especially against someone making plots this convoluted. He'll be good. Let's hope you're lucky.
So it's quite simple. A pair beats a high card. 2 pair beats the pair. 3 of a kind beats 2. Anyway, I'll send you a link.
Oh, do you actually not know the poker matchups?
No, I do. It's just not relevant to everything.
Yeah.
And then you have a royal flush. If you get a royal flush, you win.
Oh, excellent.
Okay? So that's all you need to know. Okay, you ready to play now?
Sure.
Yeah.
And, well, of course, while in his mind, Yorn is thinking, you never play games you never play games to play the game. You play games to play the person.
Oh, yes.
So Yorn is the definition of playing the person, not the game.
Well, if you're thinking that, you're already on the right track. So I'll tell you what, Yorn. If you can best me in a hand, I will let you in on my plot.
Yorn just tilts his head. His eyes go like to one corner and then the other. Sure. Sounds good.
Okay.
Sounds interesting. I've always wanted to try new things.
Fantastic.
I can't bear to watch.
I don't know. Let's have this be reason command.
I want to use my psychology to focus on him.
Okay.
So I wanted to be to play the bluffing game against him.
Okay.
As well as I can.
Works for me. So we'll just have a contested roll on reason command.
Reason
Good
command.
luck, comrade.
Come on, give me science. Psychology, man.
I don't think that's how that works.
Okay, I'll give you. You can have a science. You can have a reason science assist die that you have to buy.
Sure. And since this is basically an opposed roll to deceive each other, can my deception feats work?
Yes.
Sweet. Okay, we'll give it a shot. We'll see how terribly this goes. Take Let's see. Take a threat and 2 momentum is what I'm going with here.
Okay.
No, how much momentum we got? 3?
I had you at 4.
Oh, 4. Well, I like spending threat and giving you threat anyway. So 1 threat and 2 momentum.
Great. I'm buying more dice.
Ooh. Of course.
How many more? More.
That's fine.
You don't need to know how many more.
Enough to be loud.
So I get 2 dice of reason command.
Yes.
And then a reason science assist. And then my other 2 dice.
Yeah, back at reason command. So everything except the 1 die is reason command.
Gotcha. All right, so I'll do the 4 not command dice first.
Okay.
3, 4. Ooh. And then the reason science. Well, that didn't turn out well. But I'm deceitful, so I can re-roll the dice that didn't come up well. So let's go 1, 2, 3. Wow, really? I failed on that one?
No.
That's okay, so here's how it goes. For my reason command rolls, I got 3, 1, 3, 8. After I re-rolled an 18, a 15, and a 17. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 successes there. And I did not make the reason science roll. Even with the re-roll. It came up 17 twice.
Thank you.
Wow.
Thank you for showing me that failure is possible under all circumstances.
Well, I don't necessarily have to win. I just have to make a good impression.
That's true.
You know, I've
win
never
or lose is how you play the game.
We have a split pot.
Jorn smiles and looks very pleased with himself.
In all my time playing this game, I have never split the pot. All right. So here's the game. Like the actual game, not the poker game. It's quite simple. Deep Space Nine has to go. It's causing too many problems. Federation influence.
As a security officer in Starfleet, I immediately perk up at this.
And Jorn looks instantly confused, like, go where?
Away.
What are you talking about?
I heard that it could move.
Wait, why is it going away?
Because it's causing problems. What do you do with problems? Like, you get rid of them.
How is it causing problems?
Even I know that much.
It's a base for the Federation. They're causing problems.
I don't know if
how are they causing problems?
Badges.
They're interfering with everything.
We're really not the people to ask for help against the Federation.
Allow me to ask, is the problem that the station is there, or is the problem that the Federation is in control of the station?
I suppose it could be that the Federation's in control of the station.
Jorn scratches his chin and looks pensive.
Suppose if we could get the Cardassians or the Bajorans back in control of the station, that would solve the problem.
No.
No?
Jorn thinks about it and asks, wouldn't that cause problems with relations with the Dominion on the other side of the wormhole if someone else took control of the main ambassadorial site?
Maybe. I don't know. You're the Dominion guy. You tell me.
Jorn is definitely on the fence right now. But he's still thinking, and he motions. Continue then.
Well, if it doesn't have to go, at least we have to get it to a point where it's not this Federation stronghold. We're gonna get at least dual or tri-faction powered. We got to have more say in it. The Cardassians have been completely cut out from it.
I was thinking about that, but I do remember there to be a very enterprising and outgoing Ferengi man there that owned a bar that seemed like he had a lot of influence.
That's what the merchants. Quark is a
Zip instantly starts to like Quark.
He tried offering me a root beer once. It was very strange.
It's insidious.
He trying to make some kind of philosophical point about it, but it went over my head.
It's the bubbles.
Cloying and nauseating.
Bubble.
And
they're just addicting. I just want more of them, but they're not good. They're just there. It's like the Federation. They're not good. They're just there.
And if you drink enough of it, you start to like it.
So what do we do, gentlemen? What do we do?
Ask you to return us to the Federation. I throw out glibly.
No, at this point, you guys know too much. I don't think I can do that until you're inside.
You're seriously considering, from a neutral standpoint. It's like, well, to be honest, wouldn't holding any location just be a matter of how efficient it is for the benefits versus the cost? If you just raise the cost for the Federation to stay there, wouldn't we eventually leave?
So how do you make it more expensive for them?
Yoren, what are you doing?
Look at York. Go, what? Thank you. You beat me to it. I just snap just a look of disbelief and anger at Yoren.
What? This is basic politics. He would have already known this.
True, but
I'm not saying that I am going to do it.
Well, then let me ask I'll ask the stupid question. Have you brought this to, and I look at Garrick, have you brought this up to the Federation?
No, because as soon as you bring something up to them, they put you on a watch list.
They certainly wouldn't look at you the same way after that.
Right? It's all about how you present this information. Right? If I say, "Hey guys, I want a little bit of a controlling interest in Deep Space Nine," they'll be like, "Yeah, no."
Good old-fashioned economics.
Right, but if I say like, "Hey guys, I want to build you guys a new station and pay for it," they'd be like, "Oh, awesome! Yeah, you can totally have control of Deep Space Nine.
We're gonna build you a space station, and the Cardassians are gonna pay for it."
It's a great trade deal,
right? Like, if I could do that,
the worst trade deal.
They're not sending their Federation across the border anymore. Sending all their Federation jobs to Cardassia.
But here's the problem. Maybe the Cardassian government's basically bankrupt. The Bajorans are not exactly doing great.
I once again look downcast.
I mean, if you're talking about money, shouldn't you be talking to the Ferengi?
Well, that's an idea.
I blanch thinking of the Ferengi in charge of Bajor.
Maybe we could get the Ferengi, the Cardassians, and the Bajorans together, and we could.
It sounds like it'd make a great independent faction.
Weird.
That could be fantastic.
That'd be terrifying, honest to God. But
Have you seen the stats on the Takora? It's not that good. It's all about the gold press platinum tokens.
Yeah.
Now we're getting too many.
I still don't see why I should trust you.
Oh, you shouldn't. You absolutely shouldn't. But I
laugh. All right,
here, guys. Right. I
well,
mean, hey, look. If nothing else, I will admit that you shouldn't trust me.
Then can you humor me and explain why I should go along with any of this?
So that I don't take you out with the rest of them?
Also, why come to us? Didn't you say you already had a friend, what's his name? Dr. Bashir? Wouldn't he make a good contact?
Yeah, but you see, we can only do so much. They're monitoring us.
Oh, you're already on the watch list?
Well, no. It's our communications.
Oh.
All right.
Interesting.
Well, it's because he's genetically modified.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I suppose I'll say I'll help you then.
I thought humans looked down on that sort of thing.
Oh, they do. They do. That's why he's a bit of an outcast.
I guess we have more in common than I thought.
Yeah. I'm sure he'd be a great friend for you, Yorin.
Taking on a stony...
Two geniuses working together.
Do you not get enough geniuses on your ship?
I don't think we actually have too many geniuses for a Star Trek universe. Engineers are all kind of like geniuses already by the very nature of being an engineer.
True. It's a matter of abstract esoteric knowledge and practical esoteric knowledge.
Right.
And then there's the guys that command in security.
I turn to Tane and with a stony face tell him, all right, I suppose I don't have a choice but to help you right now.
I mean, you always have a choice.
What is it you need exactly?
Like I said, I need eyes and ears.
Listening and watching? Yeah. For what?
Anything out of the ordinary as it concerns Deep Space Nine, Bajor, Cardassia, this area of space.
Let me get this straight. You're giving us two options. You kill us, is what I'm hearing. It's one.
I never said that. I only heavily implied it.
You imply, okay, and the other option is we betray the Federation.
Well, I never said that. I just asked you to spy for me. That's not
for
betrayal.
The intention to damage the Federation.
It's still not betrayal. It's providing information.
I suppose you don't consider this a betrayal by Saren either.
No. More importantly, she doesn't consider it a betrayal.
Okay.
Because she understands that the Federation has messed up Bajor as much as it's messed up Cardassia.
I remain tight-lipped.
I'm not saying that Cardassia didn't mess up Bajor. In fact, I will acknowledge that. But I was not the one who did it. In fact, I'm the one who's tried to make it better. And I can only do so much to repair it, but I'm trying to fix things.
I'm still not I don't know how you can really convince me with your words that you honestly have Bajor's best interest at heart. Anything you say is just another part of your game.
Fine. Here. I have Cardassia's interest first at heart. I have Bajor's interest second at heart.
And that's what worries me.
But can you honestly tell me that the Federation has Bajor's interest first at heart or second at heart? I think the Federation more has Bajor's interest like 80th at heart.
Yorn starts counting on his fingers for emphasis.
I don't have an answer for him.
Yeah, like find the pecking order of Bajor. Because it's Earth, Vulcan, Andor, Tellar. The list goes on.
All the others.
That's not true.
And then somewhere Beta Z, the Trill, the list keeps going on, and then somewhere way down the line, then you find Bajor.
I mean, historically speaking, especially from what I learned of Earth in the classes I took at the Academy, there's two main kinds of leadership philosophies, if you will. The kind that tries to work together with others for mutual benefit, and the kind that tries to ostracize others to take from theirs and benefit themselves. And Earth history took a lot of those, and it didn't end up well. And this definitely seems like one of the former kind that is better than that. Wouldn't you say?
I would like to keep things peaceful.
There's nothing to say that what he wants is not against the Federation's interest. We just have to make it that he has enough to offer the Federation something comparable to make it better for both of us.
Look, Cos,
isn't that right?
If nothing else, have I not demonstrated that I've at least been willing to listen here?
Yes, but you're listening because you expect something from us.
Yes, but I also went from blowing up the station to perhaps building a new one.
Yep.
Well, I don't think I've seen anything I can call explicitly aggressive. You did say that your goal was to make the Federation want to leave.
Well,
you weren't actually going to hurt anybody.
Want to leave, or they can stay as long as they're not the ones in charge.
And what happens if they resist?
Come now. Outside of all-out war, has the Federation ever truly resisted?
Thinking back to my limited experience with the Federation, nothing comes to mind.
Listening to the word resist, Yorn suddenly starts thinking about the Borg, and then about the stories of Voyager working with the Borg.
Just thinking about them.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, there was that Borg thing. Nah, you wouldn't want to hear about that.
I guess I wouldn't.
I mean, you've seen Tani.
There's kind of Tani, yeah. Oh, hang on a second.
Tani would be having a field day with Garrick right now.
Oh. Darn it, Tucker.
All right, Garrick. I don't see anything stopping me from at least agreeing right now.
Excellent. All right, well, you guys keep your eyes and ears open. I might have a mission for you guys, just so you know. And don't worry.
I'll keep that in mind.
Tess has already been working for me. So if you have any questions, talk to her.
I immediately shout, what?
No, that's all. Have a nice day.
Now hang on 1 minute.
He presses a button on his throne, and you're transported back to the cave with Saren.
Nice sound effect.
You better explain to me. Damn it.
So, how was Mr. Tame?
I look around the chamber. Who else is there other than
just Saren at this point?
Just Saren. Was she talking into a communicator when she was?
She did.
Okay.
Well, you wouldn't know, but yes.
Not a communicator that I saw.
Yes.
Okay. Then never mind.
He seems like a nice enough guy.
Yeah.
Even taught me how to play poker.
Not what I was expected.
Oh, how did you do against him?
Not too badly. We what was it called? Split the pot? I wasn't too clear on all of the rules, but it seemed like a good outcome.
That it is. I've never known him not to win. He must like you to not have cheated.
We both won. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
I see. All right. Well, he told me if you all came back alive to hand you this. And she hands you an envelope.
Saren?
Yorn reaches out his hand.
I don't know. It's a sealed envelope.
Yoink.
All this time since he took you in, have you just been hiding from us? What happened when you left us?
One of the conditions of everything was that I could not make contact with anyone.
Aren't we in the base of her companions, and her companions are still here?
Well,
this was a base of her and essentially whoever's left fighting the good fight, which we've already explained is severely dwindled.
Fair enough.
People came back together a couple months ago. It hasn't been like this for the last years. This is new.
I'm just disappointed in you, Saren.
Disappointed that I chose life over death. Disappointed that I chose a new path, that I kept fighting for my planet, my heritage, my way of life, for the only thing that I've ever known.
I don't know if that's what you're still fighting for, but I guess we're fighting together again.
Oh, yes. You've gone through your moral quandary and had all your one-liners. Now it's time to be nice and make up. Come now, we're all friends here.
I glare backwards.
They're friends, right?
I shrug, utterly just dejected at everything that just happened.
He's kind of been through a lot of universe warping things, being ripped away from his vacation for all this nonsense.
Oh yeah,
This is kind of like the third or fourth objection, depending upon how you count them.
I have been going through very strong internal conflict, and I'll just say that Garrick is very lucky he transported us away when he did. So,
oh, you are so my buddy.
I was. Things were going to get interesting in a minute or two.
every time, Zip just gets better and better.
Better and better, or bitter and bitter?
Yes.
Same difference for him. Yeah.
It's kind of all part and parcel.
Yeah.
Yorn opens the envelope.
Yeah, I suppose. Yeah, open up the envelope. We read the envelope.
Yes.
You win a new car.
Oh man.
Congratulations!
No
You're
one
the
uses-
1 millionth sweepstakes winner.
No one uses gasoline these days.
The Cardassian transporting Tess is a traitor. Kill him when he returns.
Well, that seems rude.
What?
I fold up the note, put it back in the envelope, and hand it to Zip.
Wait, say that again?
What did it say? I didn't...
Now Zip has the envelope.
I'm asking David what it said because I didn't actually parse what he explained was written on it.
That's perfect because I didn't tell anybody.
But you opened it in front of us.
Okay, then I read the envelope.
The Cardassian transporting Tess is a traitor. Kill him when he returns.
All right.
Don't tell the captain.
I'm really wishing I hadn't read that now.
I mean, you had your chance. I handed you the envelope.
Well,
I take the letter, tuck it in the envelope, and slide it beneath my muumuu into a fold of my uniform.
Fashionable.
You start to smell a little smoky smell.
This message will self-destruct in 5
That's
seconds.
bullshit.
Hey, it's a spy trope.
No, I love it. I love it. Okay,
You notice a strange heat coming from your right leg.
That would make him comfortable, wouldn't it?
I attempt to pat my leg down, see if there's something bothering me, and assumedly feel the new heat of the self-destructing letter.
Yep.
And immediately try and shake everything out of my pant leg as soon as possible.
Yep. Okay.
Avoiding any stressful injuries.
Yes. Yeah. You're fine.
I didn't want to go like Bond mode, explode, just like take out a little hole of my leg there.
Yeah, your uniform's a little singed from the inside, but aside
the
from that,
will never be the same.
Yeah. Well, it'll never be the same because you've worn it. But
it's always going to have that musk to it now.
Little Cardassian smell.
Smells
Why
like
did
wet
have
dog.
To be spies?
Well,
better yet, it smells like wet iguana.
Oh gosh. Sarin looks at you and says, "Well, I don't know what it is, but good luck." You guys
I think we're gonna need it.
You guys have a way back, or
yeah, I was about to ask.
Actually,
so
we just kind of got dumped here. I was expecting to find something.
This is a strange question. Is there a train station nearby?
I'm sorry, a train?
Long story. Suffice it to say, I'm not exactly sure how we're leaving either.
I guess not.
Well, I just say we'll figure it out. Come on, and it's just like out of character. I'll say we've got our communicators. We can do. I think we can get out of here.
What's the range on a communicator?
Well, I'm figuring we can contact someone in the capital. There's got to be the Federation embassy.
Like, could we actually call out civilization from here, or is that too tall of an order?
Yeah,
I mean, it could go.
I wouldn't. Yeah, I wouldn't call out from the cave, but
that's my point. I don't want to do it from here and give away their position and give her a reason to kill us. So
I'm not so torn up about giving away her location currently.
Oh, I'd like to live, but
I'm kind of on board with that too.
Yeah,
Garrick might be mad at you.
Yeah, but I'm still not on board with Garrick.
You don't have to be.
He didn't technically say not to reveal the existence of his other operatives, but
I really don't give up a talk what Garrick likes. So
am I right?
Right now, I just don't.
He's a little bit beyond the pale currently, but we're going to have to see if we get reason to trust him a little bit more later.
Yeah.
In further interactions with the Garrick mastermind Tane.
Okay, so you walk into the plateau.
We make our way away from anything of particular note and communicate her in for assistance to the nearest Starfleet vessel.
Actually, here, before you leave, Sarin pulls you aside, Koss, and says, Koss, it really is good to see you. Right sometime.
I'll do that. I can't say how happy I am to know you made it out, but
really,
I've got a lot to process.
I understand, but we're better in this life for being close to people than apart.
Yoren, I'll deal with you when we get back to the ship.
What?
All your little interjections.
Sorry, the ears. I can't turn them off.
Right? It's kind of part and parcel of the whole ensemble.
Did only Yoren hear that?
Yeah.
I was pulled aside. I assumed he was just kind of talking out of
Zip,
character.
You're too far out.
Yeah. Okay.
You're already blazing onwards.
So now you've headed out into the plateau, and you call the Federation embassy
for assistance getting back onto a chartered vessel.
While we're walking, if we go for like more than an hour, Yoren starts like staring a hole into Koss.
No, it's like 20 minutes.
Oh, okay.
If that, like 15 minutes. You only need to walk about a mile.
I remove the moo and am quite happy to be. Actually, no, I don't. It's still quite chilly here on Bajor.
Yeah. Once he removes that, I'm still staring at him. Like
I was
really
just saying that no, I don't actually take it off because I need the warmth.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
Helps the need for heat.
Eventually, long enough, just before we're rescued, he's staring really hard at you.
He just got his eyes fixated, and I notice.
Yes.
Something the matter there, Yoren?
I mean, isn't this the end of your morality play? Why aren't you a Bajoran again?
I was told that I'd have several days to enjoy this new face.
Well, my suggestion, Lieutenant,
to be a quick jaunt down here, but I still wasn't going to miss out on things just because Q's having his fun.
And Yoren shrugs and looks a little disappointed.
I look off to the side. Zip, you may be a dedicated man, but I'm a little bit better equipped currently to deal with things.
That's fine. I just suggest you don't look in the mirror for a while.
10 steps ahead of you.
Okay.
Even passing by water gives me the chills.
Now I've got a chill. It's like, okay.
All right, and with that, you have
the ships arrive.
Well, back to the Federation embassy.
Right. Yes, the ships arrive to take us to the Federation embassy.
Oh yeah, they're going to screen us. That's for sure.
And there you are met with a very distinct admiral in the form of Q. Good.
I'm frankly, a little befuddled.
Enjoy your time in the desert.
I'm a little parched. I could use a drink.
It wasn't my picture of a vacation, but it's nice to be back home.
Yeah, water, whatever.
Okay, here.
I think we could all water
for you.
Who is it that we've been introduced to that we're talking with here?
I'm assuming it's Q.
Admiral Q at this point.
Oh.
I take a drink. Is it water? Is it bottomless water?
Yes, it is now bottomless water.
Good enough.
I had refreshments on our
Yorn will take his share of water. Thank you very much.
Water is all around. All right, gentlemen.
What are you playing at, Q?
No, I just legitimately asking. Wanted to check in after you had your time on Bajor.
Why'd you bring us here? There. You're playing games here.
Oh, you needed to see something.
What's your angle on all this? What do you want with Deep Space Nine?
Yeah, we'll just call it revenge. Cisco did punch me after all.
I was waiting for that.
Commander Cisco?
Well, I believe he's captain now.
Oh, that's what whatever.
Oh, I thought he was dead. Isn't he dead? I don't...
No, he's back.
Oh. Okay.
Back. Who can keep track these days? You know, some people have the presence of mind to stay a god. Cisco wanted to come back to mortality. He could have had it all.
And then ascend again.
Zip just looks at. I just look at him. I have no idea what you're talking about.
Well, of course you don't.
Just so rude of people who die not to stay dead.
I know, like, right?
You will.
All right. Well, you know, as long as you all learn something, you know, have fun on that mission from Garrick.
I don't trust any of this, especially you, Q.
Well, then perhaps you have learned something. Or maybe nothing. Who's to say?
Zip's just like, he just wants to give up. He's just like, I don't even know.
How do I even?
That's how I'm thinking. I'm just thinking, I don't even know anymore. What is stuff? What is?
I mean, you're all welcome to make an insight roll on him.
Done. Insight what?
Insight. I don't know. It depends on what you're trying to get from him.
I don't know. I want to try to figure out if he likes Garrick more than me.
In what way? Define like here.
As entertainment value.
Ooh, entertainment value. At this point, that would be a security question.
Okay.
So an insight security roll.
1, 2. 2 successes. Oh wait, did I need a difficulty there? 2 successes. Whatever. I got 2 successes on 2 dice.
Great. You should not trust Garrick.
Oh, that wasn't even a question.
No, I know, but
for me at least. For me, sorry, I'm not the one who can roll.
So Q finds this whole situation highly entertaining, and he finds the fact that you didn't check Garrick even more entertaining.
It's difficult to try and figure out if someone's lying to you when you kind of just assumed they're lying to you.
But why are they lying to you?
That's true. We didn't attempt to weasel that sort of information out of Garrick.
That is true.
That tends to happen though when you're surrounded and abducted and brought to their table. You tend to talk about what they want to talk about.
Yes.
We need a Tiani to mind meld with them.
Right?
No. Not every problem can be solved by a mind meld.
Clearly you haven't met Tani.
Garrick would have had Ta'ani shot.
Oh, fine. No more mind meld yet.
All right. Is everybody done? Because I have a closing scene.
I think so.
Yeah.
All right. So you all return to the Hadfield.
our return to the Hatfield in some sort of shuttlecraft.
Finally.
Yeah, well,
I suppose they could just warp us up there.
Actually, Q just snaps his fingers and you're back. All of you.
I like that he had us take a shuttle back to his office, though. That's very Q-like.
No, just a transporter. You were transported back to, yeah.
Is anyone else back on the Hatfield?
Yeah, the entire senior
all
staff.
Of us are.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so you're all back. Now, we flash to the throne room. And the throne, and you see a gold shimmer of a changeling.
Wait, what?
Oh. And the changeling morphs over to the guard, turns into an indistinct changeling that nobody has recognized, and says, "So, do you think they bought it?"
Mm-hmm.
And in the background, the camera pans to Elam Garrick in a cell.
Dun, dun, dun.
Man.
Let's be honest, Elam Garrick would never lose a game of poker.
That's how he knew.
Yeah. Good night, everybody.